Hey everybody, I'm here with my very dear friend Lisa Starr. I mean, we're both only in our late 20s, but we've known each other about 15 years now, so
Yeah.
it's a good start, right?
Right.
Let's talk about good stuff today first.
Okay.
Okay, we had a web meeting yesterday that had close to 730 something people on it, all about the how to deal with the coronavirus. Virus. You can tell I've been talking for 2 days. How to access money, how companies can stay open, furlough people, but still collect, why people should go on unemployment, et cetera, et cetera. And all in all, there was a lot of happier people at the end of the day as we started trying to make the information more clear for them. So when I got off the phone after we did this 3-hour meeting, it was a big win in my world yesterday.
3 hours. Wow.
Well, we did around an hour and a half of presentation and an hour and a half of whipping through about 130 questions people had, because everyone's situation is slightly different, so you got to keep talking.
Well, no kidding. I was on one last week with MindBody as well. Same thing. We had hundreds of people on, and everyone has a different situation. And it's like we can't imagine what to say to everyone to solve your immediate problem, but everybody is in the same boat for sure.
Exactly. All right, I'm making my notes already, as people know I do. So, Lisa Starr, you have been in this business as long as I have. You're intimately familiar with the workings of spas. Yes, everyone thinks they're in a dark tunnel, but we can see that peak of light down the end. And I think you got to be looking forward, right? You can't, this is not Chicken Little, the world is falling. So give us a top couple things. What are people doing to get ready for the go back to work?
Well, I want to, yeah, great question. Let me build on that. Many of us that have been around for a while have been through drama before, and 2008, 9/11, et cetera, et cetera. This feels like a deeper and narrower dive to me. I mean, I've never experienced a business shutdown to this degree, but it's not going to be for a year. Like after the recession, even 2 years. This will be short. It's deep and short, hopefully. With perspective. So I think the important things to think about right now are your leadership. Your team needs to hear from you, whether they're working, not working, on hold. People are using Zoom, Slack, Google Hangouts, email, voicemail, text group, whatever, but I would stay in touch with them. They are as nervous and anxious as you about their job and their future, and they really want to feel confidence in your leadership at this time. So I know you have a lot to do with filing papers and figuring out and talking to landlords, but don't forget your team. They need to hear from you now more than ever. And as Allan said, we're going to open up again. I mean, from where we speak today, we don't know when. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks, it could be 4 weeks. It's not going to be a year. So let's be ready. Let's be thinking about what we need to do to get business going. So I'll continue unless, Allan, you want to jump in there. My first thought is, what? Go ahead.
I love where you're going.
Okay.
The leadership thing is critical. And even though you laid people off or furloughed them, you can still talk to them.
Especially if you furloughed them, because they're still employees. They'll just come back to their job when it's ready. So definitely stay in touch. So number one, obviously, cleanliness. You've hopefully been emailing your database to say what you're doing in this downtime to clean, like every other business has been doing. And I would still do that, what you're sanitizing, what you're cleaning. We are in personal care. People come into our spaces, take their clothes off, get on the table. We use implements on them. They want to be assured that you are pristine clean. So we're going to have to really combat that little bit of fear clients will have when business resumes.
Okay, so hang on number two then. Are we talking about new procedure manuals or new procedures? What's the cleanliness part?
I think you need to update your manuals about what you're cleaning, probably upgrade your cleaning solutions, provided you can get them. But more, it's communicating it. We always had, like in my spa employee handbook, we always have a section on cleaning, because clients ask rarely, I think they're going to ask much more often now. What do you guys do? How do you clean? What are your standards? And you want your staff to be prepared to answer knowledgeably on that. Here's what we do. Here's our list. So definitely updating your protocols in that regard. On the topic of business strategy, I think that when we reopen, it's not going to be like, you know, right back where we are. I think we're going to have a bit of a new normal and an adjustment. I'm already thinking for my consulting clients about reopening schedules, like people that were open 7 days a week. We probably don't need to do that, at least for the first month. 5 or 6 days, maybe a little few shorter days, because you may have lost some staff. Some people may not be able to wait. They've moved home, whatever. So you can spread who you've got a little more in a shorter time period. So I'm going to recommend opening 5 or 6 days, probably 2 short days and a few long days, until we get the business back up. Maybe it's another month or 6 weeks beyond that. But I think you can kind of ease into it. I'm also going to recommend some sort of reopening promotion, obviously, but make it fun, make it humorous. Have a shorter versions of services so people can just come back in and get comfortable. I mean, where I am outside Philadelphia, I've been home for 3 weeks already, and it's going to be sort of feel funny when people start to venture out, and I'm not sure they're going to be out for long. So let's have a few shorter and less expensive options on the menu to get them back in to the spa.
I love it. By the way, most of my kids would tell you Dad can draw. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but that's my hockey stick. And I think exactly what you said, which is the hockey stick, if it's standing up, the blade part will be kind of a slow go back to business as people start saying, hey, I got a massage today, or I'm traveling, we're going with the kids to visit Nana in Ohio. And people start hearing this, I think it will build and ramp on itself, and it will pick back up. So I love your strategy about thinking about the new normal as shorter days and shorter treatments and a little bit quicker for movement purposes.
Right. Right. I mean, people also have lost money, and we know what we do is discretionary, and yet they're going to be more anxious than ever for wellness options. I am desperate for a manicure. You know, we want to go out and do something that feels like we're taking good care of ourselves. So let's find some way to make it accessible and affordable and make people feel safe until they're comfortable.
Can I share a guilty pleasure of mine?
Yes, please.
Don't tell anyone. And everyone listening to this video should keep this a secret as well. There is nothing in the world better than having someone else shave you. As you can see, I have not shaved in a couple days already. And I go to a local guy in town here. It's not even really expensive, but there's something about having the hot towels and a straight razor pulled across your face. And then it's almost like I don't have to shave for 5 days because they do it so.
Right. They do it so well.
I miss it. Like you said, you need a manicure and a pedicure. I need a shave. I need a massage. I'm missing the things that are part of my lifestyle. And I'm pretty sure people are going to want to ramp right back up into those things as well.
Well, let's hope they do, and let's just make sure we are clean and ready to have them come in. I saw a few interesting promotions this week. One of them was a retail takeout. So I think for spas that don't have e-commerce set up, they were doing, we'll take your retail orders and we'll meet you at the door with a bag, just like restaurants are doing. I mean, anything you can do to keep some money coming in, obviously. And I know, Allan, you and I have talked about the gift card promotions that we've been seeing. Some of them are really intriguing ideas about financing your business through your clients, but getting them to pay for services with gift cards right now. And, you know, everyone understands the situation. It's not a secret, and they want to help when they can. I know that I am placing orders at takeout restaurants every few days. We have food, but I want to help the restaurants stay in business too. So yes. Don't be afraid to ask.
And I think this is the time when creative thinking and creative promotions are so important. And it's there is nothing that's stupid anymore. Any of your out of the box ideas are wonderful ideas, and it's the time to try them as well. So
Indeed.
Lisa, I always feel I feel better after I talk to you.
Oh, that's nice. Well, there's always something to do. We have downtime. There's so many webinars. There's free classes. I know I've lowered the price on my spa director's course just because it felt like the right thing to do. People want to do things now with their time. So make use of it, because before long, we're going to be busy again.
Good. Well, I'm making a note, and I will add your contact information onto the back of the video.
Great.
But awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your time, and thrive and survive. That's my new motto. Thrive and survive.
Pleasure. You too, Alan.
All right, Lisa, good speaking.
You
Bye-bye.
too. Talk soon.